So this is a great utensil. It's just go ahead. It's julienning it for me. So it's like a peeler, but it's got these little fun edges, making it, it's just doing the work for me. Yeah, sometimes, you know, if you don't have something like this other utensil I have, you could just peel them directly in. I think that's a fun little texture, just shreds of carrots. I really enjoyed that. So I've got my carrot, keeping an eye on my tofu. At this point I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce to it. As I said, you could use tamari, you could use brass with amino acid instead of soy sauce. Next I'm using cucumber. You could peel the cucumber. I really don't mind the skin of cucumbers. Seems like there's a lot of good nutrients just right under the skin of most vegetables. So I think whenever you can use the skin, do. I mean, obviously if you have a kid that hates it and isn't going to eat it, you know, that's a good excuse. But I also think it adds this really pretty color, you know, having the light green and the dark green. And so I'm just going to kind of cube this. The best way. There we go. Now we're talking. So I'm just going to chop these into these little bite-sized pieces. And then I'm going to add some scallions. We get these really cheap in my neighborhood. This is about 30 cents out here in Brooklyn, which is great. We have really cheap produce, something the Manhattan folks don't quite have. I like, you know, for this I would say the greens are better, but I am a thrifty cook, so I'm going to use both parts. I think they have different flavors. You know, I'm going to go and use both. I'm not going to use my outside layer though. Put that in my bag of trash. And I'm just doing everything right here on the cutting board, and I'm just going to throw it in from here. And then I've got some cilantro leaves that I'm going to just throw on top. So I love cilantro. A lot of people really don't. My sister, for example, hates cilantro. Won't go near anything with cilantro, and she bonds with other people who don't like cilantro. I've heard some people think it tastes like soap if they don't like it. I don't know if that's some sort of chemical reaction, or I don't know what that is, but I like it. So I'm going to add a lot of cilantro. Let's see what we have here. We have our peanut butter sauce. And we have our vegetables. We have the carrots, the cucumbers, the scallions, and the cilantro. And then over here we have our tofu. Let's see how that tastes. And then we have our noodles. So I'm going to grab our noodles, and we're going to toss everything together. You can tell this is kind of a one-woman show. I'm just going to mix this all right in the Tupperware that I'm going to take it to work in. So I have my noodles. I'm going to add the sauce. And it's getting a little thick. Again, I can add just a little bit of the hot water. And that's going to make it a little bit easier to mix in, make it a little bit creamier. And that might really help. Because again, I want this to kind of coat everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix just the noodles and the peanut sauce first. So I'm going to mix just these together. Oh, look how great that is. I'm going to add the tofu. And then the vegetables. And this is the kind of lunch that when I take it to work, my coworkers are all like, ooh, you know, do you make that? And, you know, it's really kind of a fun, impressive lunch. I mean, you could go out and get this for lunch and pay, you know, $7, $8 for this. And instead, I've got right here, and I'm just going to put the vegetables on top so they stay a little bit fresher. And then I can toss this when I get to work. And this is making a lot. I mean, this could be dinner for the family. Maybe out of a few, you can get some frozen dumplings or spring rolls and maybe start out with that. And then this, but I'm just going to take this, and this is going to be my lunch for the week. So I just keep this at the fridge at work, and I have about at least 3, maybe 4 meals. So there you go. It's a pretty simple recipe. A lot of room for variation. You could add other vegetables. You could add some peppers in here. You know, anything really. Another fun thing is if you have some peanuts, which I do, we can crush a few peanuts and put them in there. One way I like to do this is I like to get a plastic bag, put some of the peanuts in the plastic bag. I'm just going to go and finish off this can. And then you can take something heavy like this peanut jar, just smash them. And the plastic bag's going to keep it from going everywhere, obviously. And now I've got some crushed peanuts that I'm just going to put on top here. Now look at that. I mean, isn't that a nice lunch? It makes you pretty excited about bringing your lunch to work. I find that peanut butter doesn't love to mix in with other things, so that's why the hot water. It's great. Alright. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to wear this to work today. Alright. If you want to make this gluten-free, you could add tamari or Bragg's liquid amino is also really helpful. Alright, before I stir this up, I'm going to dump out my noodles. I'll let them drain over in the kitchen. I mean, in the sink.